Is now the time to own a tobacco company? Is it ever the time to own a tobacco company? We'll take a look. Let's start by saying if you're under 21 years old, I appreciate that you're watching the program, but I probably don't want you buying cigarettes either in the store or in the stock market. For those over 21, let's take a look. Japan Tobacco, which is under examination today, one of the big giants of the international tobacco business. What does it have? If you're in the United States, it owns the international rights to Winston and Salem. And in markets around the world, Japan Tobacco is a leader in some of the budget cigarettes that sell under local trade names. Very successful company. What's the stock trade at? Stock trades at about $42 a share. That's the ADR. Normally it's listed in Japan, so it trades in yen. And has it been a good company? Yes, it's been a great company for its investors. Why? Tobacco business is quite simple. It doesn't cost that much to grow tobacco around the world. You put a little paper around it, you put some flavorings in. I'm not an expert in the chemistry of the cigarette industry. They're very cheap to make and they sell for a lot of money. Now the question is, you're an investor. Do you want to own a tobacco company? A lot of people in their portfolios would rather not own casinos, tobacco companies, maybe car companies, beer companies, the so-called vice stocks. If you have made the decision that you want to own a tobacco company, is this the one for you? You might prefer Altria, the big giant in the United States. Japan Tobacco has been very successful this year because it's up, well, these are some of the brands you can see, but the stock itself's been up about 23% just in this year. The PE, I look at the PE at around 20 times. It throws off an enormous amount of cash. That's why companies like Japan Tobacco are always looking to make acquisitions, always deciding how they're going to best deploy all the cash that's on the balance sheet. Very little debt in the company, and a good management, a good philosophy, which is to opportunistically to buy up different tobacco companies around the world, bring them into the management philosophy of Japan Tobacco, and manage them for growth. Is it a long-term business? Problem in the tobacco industry, and you've got to know this if you want to buy the stocks, which throw off a lot of cash, is you're one lawsuit away from a big settlement with the German government, the Japanese government, the United States government. It's always a risk. The liabilities of tobacco is almost endless. The trade-off is good yield. I don't think the yield is fabulous, and it's about 2.3% with JTI, and a lot of kind of cash. How do I sum it up? If I owned JTI, I might be more of a seller right now than a buyer. I think 21 times earning is rich in this market, and I might want to see the valuations a little lower before getting back in. It's all the time we have today on The Investment Advisor. I'm your host, Matthew Stevenson, in partnership with Dukascopy TV. Remember, money can take care of you. It cannot take care of itself.